Good afternoon, my movie loving brothers and sisters. Thank you guys for joining us on this here sexual hump day on the Screen Talk Live YouTube channel, where we like to talk about all things humping related, and movie humping topics. But no, in all seriousness, it's the middle of the week. We've made it halfway through this a week back from, well, I guess it's been a couple weeks back now from holiday breakish. It's really our first week back because my wife this was her first week back at work. So feels like it's my first week back. But yeah, I actually have a co-host today. I'm joined by my friend, colleague, and sometimes here co-host, Lucas Faherty. Lucas,
how's it going, man?
It's going, man. How was your holiday break?
It could have been better, but I try to look for the happies in it, and I really did have a good holiday.
What about your new year? Is there anything going into the new year that Lucas is focused on?
I don't want to tell you this, but I'm trying to go gluten-free. See what it's like.
Yeah. I have myself not made such a drastic decision, but have decided to cut out most carbs, which is
close enough.
Basically gluten-free at this point. So yeah, I haven't had bread in a while. It's been, what is it? January 11th. So I guess 11 days or so. I haven't had any bread. I've had corn tortillas, gluten-free tortillas, which are not as good as corn tortillas. Yeah, right. But still, So yeah, I'm trying to make it work.
Right.
I have bought myself an Apple Watch and stuff too, trying to get back into shape, man. So yeah, I was just curious if you had anything that you were trying to accomplish. Anything else besides being gluten-free?
Just in general, being wiser with my money, trying to grow up.
Yep.
It's about time.
Right, yep, for sure. And yeah, guys, if you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. We're trying to hit that 20K subscriber mark so we can give away a goddamn Xbox, man. Somebody wants that Xbox. I know it. And at some point, I believe we will have an overflowing amount of people in here trying to win said Xbox. But if you do not know about the Xbox, there is a video up on the channel. Go check it out if you haven't. But to give you a little rundown, if you send in a super chat during a live show, including today's live show, it enters you into a chance to win that Xbox Series S. So make sure you guys are doing that. We also have our channel membership up. Make sure you guys go join that. Shout out to all our channel members. We appreciate the support. It keeps the channel running and going smooth and improving the quality of the channel or the show for you guys as well. So yeah, with that down, it is a slow news day. We did have some more technical difficulties getting the computer started up, and I'm hearing the fan making some noises, so that's interesting. But we are here, and we are going to get on through it. I do want to shout out quickly my attorney, Mark Davis. I know he doesn't watch the show, but he is a big fan of mine, and I'm an even bigger fan of him. And I just found out recently that he is in the hospital, and he's been in the hospital for a while. He may not be able to walk when he leaves the hospital, and he's lucky that he's still alive, it sounds like. I just want to, shout out to you again, Mark. I love you, buddy. I hope you get better. And yeah, to anyone out there watching, send love to my buddy Mark Davis. He needs it right now. So yeah. Also, with Lucas here, we are finally going to talk about Avatar a little bit, and we have that coming up later. I know a lot of our videos on Avatar have been like the only videos that apparently people want to watch. So I'm sure people are excited to finally see a full review and get someone else's opinion on it. But yeah, with that down, I think we are ready. We're just going to jump right on in to the first thing we have today, which our first main topic today is this. We just had a chance to check out, like I was telling Lucas, I remember hearing about this. There was all this controversy about the Velma animated series because she was going to be a lesbian and this and that. Obviously, here, at the channel, we could give a damn, what kind of person or what gender of person Velma wants to have sex with. Honestly, matters absolutely none to me. And I'm pretty sure Lucas feels the same. But
Yeah.
yeah. So that being said, that never really affected us. But at that time, it was when it was first brought to my attention that there is this, animated Velma series that's being made for HBO Max, which is interesting, right? Because right now they're dropping all of their animated stuff. They've
like Harley Quinn?
shipping. No, not that. Like Looney Tunes, like
okay,
Scooby Doo, like the new Batman animated series that they had. They shipped that to like Hulu or whoever. But yeah, But yeah, that's when it was like first brought to my attention that it even exists. Really, I'd heard something a little bit about it before, but you never know how these things are. Like you hear something, and then like Channing Tatum playing Gambit. It's one of those things, and then all of a sudden tomorrow Channing Tatum's Gambit, and it's like, wait, what? So. It kind of crept up out of nowhere, and we had a chance to check out the trailer for the new Velma series. I will say this. I want to start out by saying it did ask me literally 6 times, are you sure this is mature content? You must be of age. You must watch it on the app. You must so much shit for a trailer that was definitely not needing that many warnings. In fact, there was the one shot of the trailer where there's like a gruesome murder and they censor it anyway. So that was a little bit silly. I don't know if that was intentional. Maybe it was it's a gag in itself, but leading into it, it made me think, oh, well, this is HBO and it's animated, so this must be kind of gruesome, kind of like the Boys Diabolical series is, and I didn't really get that, but I still think we may get something like that. But this looks fun. It looks quirky. I love Mindy Kaling to death. I love everything she does. Love Glenn Howerton. He had the one line that stole the whole trailer to me, which was him being serious about this disease where he can only recognize hot people. It was great. And I knew I recognized the voice immediately. He's like, I have a disease. I'm like, man, I know that voice somewhere. It's what's his character's name?
Dennis.
Goddamn Dennis. It's Dennis is who it is. Yeah. So this looks fun. It looks quirky. The thing I would say, just as a kid growing up, Scooby-Doo is my favorite. So the thing that really got me into this was the idea that this is the story of how she, like Nick Fury, this situation. She got together the greatest group of investigators ever. And I thought that was kind of cool. I was like, all right, cool. We're going to get to see how this all came to be. And I thought that was interesting in itself. But Lucas, you had a chance to check it out too. What are your thoughts on the new trailer for Velma series on HBO Max?
I just had one right as you said that. Was Scooby in that trailer?
No, definitely not.
I didn't think so.
No.
Well, okay. Anyway, interesting. I wonder. I'm sure that's gonna come back into it. I mean,
sure.
there was that part where Shaggy was like something about drugs. You know what I mean?
Right,
He's like,
right.
I'd never do drugs. So clearly, not yet. You know what I mean? But I'm sure we'll get to Scooby there. So otherwise, the age appropriate thing, I thought that was weird too, especially with there not being that much gore. So now that you were talking about the controversy, I'm thinking is it that? You know what I mean?
Right.
And there wasn't much of that in it, but
no, there was a spot where she kind of holds hands with Daphne, and they a bunch of love hearts come out and stuff.
Right.
And I'm pretty sure she is crushing on Daphne in the series.
For sure.
That's, and again, none of that really.
Right.
Yeah, that doesn't really alter the way that I would, want to see this, if I would want to see it or not.
Right. Now, I haven't seen the Harley Quinn series.
Me neither, but I hear great things.
I do too, and honestly, I was getting that kind of vibe from it. You know what I mean? Especially with how Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy's romance now.
Yeah, but there wasn't as much cursing and stuff as I would have expected
in the trailer.
In this, compared to Harley Quinn.
That's fair.
It's more R, hard R.
Yeah. Well, we'll see.
This kind of felt like it was trying to ride a line, did it not?
It kind of did, especially.
It kind of could be for kids.
Right.
I mean, it didn't feel like if I had a 12-year-old that I'd be like, no, Like you know what I mean?
Right.
It still
For sure.
felt.
I mean, kind of like
But like
Rick
The
and Morty
Boys
a little
Diabolical?
bit. Yeah. Or like Invincible even.
Yes, no. My 12-year-old doesn't need to watch Invincible. No. Shit, there's some full-grown men that don't need to watch that, you know?
Yeah.
I mean,
Fair.
once I found out Trevor hadn't seen it to the end, I was like, thank God. Thank God. Thank God. Who knows what that would have bred, you know?
No, but yeah, right. Anyway, yeah, I think Mindy Kaling as Velma. I love that. You know, I think
love
that's
that
gonna
too.
be great. Glenn Howard.
Love Black Shaggy.
I do too.
Yeah.
I think it's got a
fitting.
great
Rasta
for sure.
Shaggy, right?
Right. I think it's got a really great like setup and premise, and I'm really excited to watch it.
I hope
A
we
lot
get
more
an
than I was.
episode where he becomes like Rastafarian, so he's just
Before he
like
starts smoking. Yeah,
everywhere,
right.
wherever he can. And again, if you're doing it like this, then I want to lean into that, right? I want back of the van, like that 70s show style.
Well, and right, no kidding.
You know what I mean? Like,
Well, they kind of already alluded to it, right? When they were talking about that, what did she say? She was like, "It's 420.
Yeah,
it's
you know what
code
420
for
is?
adults who still watch cartoons."
Right, exactly.
Which,
right.
You know,
Yeah.
can't say she's wrong.
Right. Yeah, but I'd check it out.
I will.
I mean, it's not something I'll run out to see.
No, but it's on HBO Max.
I mean, honestly, like if it was out right now, I'd be checking it out tonight because really, there's really nothing out right now. You know, I mean, it's like that '90s show. I kept saying I wouldn't run out for that '90s show, but it comes out in in 8 days, and what else is there to fucking watch? I'm gonna probably binge that '90s show in a night or two. That's the facts.
Yep.
This one was January something, right?
This year.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Shoot.
I thought it was or February something.
I'll
Maybe
get
it
the
was
date on
February 13th. Yeah. Check it out. Look up the date. But guys, have you guys had a chance to check out this trailer for the new Velma series on HBO Max? What are you guys' thoughts on it? Do you think it's something that you would be interested in seeing? Do you like the kind of adult style version of it that they want to go for?
It's tonight.
It releases tonight.
It's tonight. Well, it's January 12th, 2023. So today's the 11th. So it would be coming out tonight. I don't know. When does HBO Max drop their series?
Well, it just depends. Like for us, when we would watch Euphoria, it would be at like 8:00. Like at night.
On the day of?
Yeah.
Okay. So maybe we'll see. I mean, I guess we'll see.
Yeah. So
keep an eye out.
But yeah, guys. But let me know if you checked it out and what you guys think. If you're interested in seeing it, definitely let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. All right. With that down, we're going to jump into our second main topic today. And our second main topic today is this. Another trailer that we had a chance to check out was the trailer called Disquiet, I guess, is what it's called. And it kind of threw me off guard. At first, I thought Tom Hardy was in it. So I'm like, all right, I'm down. Let's check this out. Definitely not Tom Hardy. Looks like a fun little thriller horror kind of movie. This one's Paramount Plus. I think this is straight to Paramount Plus. I don't believe that this is a theatrical release. But yeah, hey, honestly, this looked like something that I would probably run out and see just because it's my style of movie. I like these horror thriller kind of vibes. You know, we've been talking a lot on the channel about The Forest Hills, and that's another one of those like perfect examples of a movie that you know is just going to be different. And this seemed unique, and it seemed like something that I would want to see pretty quickly. So hopefully it drops soon on the, I don't even know if I have Paramount Plus anymore, but if I don't, I would be willing to maybe get it just to check out Disquiet, because again, this really looks like a lot of fun. The guy that leads it that I thought was Tom Hardy, he looks great. The story looks great. I love the isolation in the hospital, that they're kind of stuck in there, and that there's this car wreck that's gone on outside, right, that has kind of trapped them in this like inner world is what it kind of seems like. And you got all these people with these weird like faces that are kind of melting away and weird looking. It looks like a lot of fun. It looks like a long episode of like a Twilight Zone or Black Mirror, which I love that kind of stuff. I'm sure it's not long. I bet it's an hour, 30 minutes or something like that. But yeah, it looks like a blast, and it looks good. It looks freaky, scary, thriller. All the thing, it ticks all those boxes that I want going into a film. So, Lucas, you had a chance to check out the trailer for Disquiet. What were your thoughts, man?
I will say it was disquieting for sure. No, for sure. I mean, with everything you were just saying, like the opening of it to me, at first I thought it was zombies because it reminded me so much of that first episode of The Walking Dead when Rick wakes up and
sure.
Yeah, right. So I like that, and then as it went on, like the sense of like cabin fever, like being trapped.
Right.
But,
I love that.
But then what's even better when you have those is you get now an outside element. It's just like you said, like Black Mirror or Twilight Zone. They used to do that all the time, right? And it's very like psychological in a lot of ways. I'm kind of excited to see this. I mean,
sure,
looks
right,
like
and you can see that kind of like I said, the wreck that had happened is somehow connected, but in an even different way. It isn't so cookie cutter as to like, well, it just so happens these two people got into a wreck and that's why they're in this like hospital because their souls are in here to get. No, because there's this scene where like the cop comes up to the door and the cop turns into the girl, into the dude, into another person. So like there was some like nefarious stuff going on that caused the wreck.
Like something outside's trying to keep them in it.
Yes,
yeah.
right.
And it all felt like none of it felt cookie cutter, like you said.
Yeah.
Like it all felt like there, was naturally part of the story that was developing. We just don't exactly know the like catalyst for it or what the like face dancer thing is.
Right.
So no, it seems like it would be a lot of fun.
For sure.
Go see.
For sure. Yeah, we'll definitely check this one.
I think I found it's February 10th.
Yeah, so this is not
limited US and
so yeah, it'll be like
on to Paramount
Plus. Yeah. So yeah, guys, if you haven't had a chance to check out this trailer for Disquiet, go check it out. It looks like a lot of fun. Something that I'm definitely going to check out as soon as I can. So I would love to know your thoughts down in the comment section below. All right. With that down, we are going to jump into our third main topic today and our only real news today, which is the Golden Globes happened last night. And during the Golden Globes, the most significant piece of news that I think that we here at the channel want to talk about is that Angela Bassett has won Marvel or the MCU as a whole its first real award, not just Golden Globe, but I mean real acting award like this. They haven't had one this big. So let's read a little bit of this article here coming to us from The Direct. It says, the 80th Golden Globe saw Marvel Studios win an award in an acting category for the first time thanks to its latest MCU blockbuster. Marvel Studios just finished its Phase 4 slate in 2022 with Black Panther Wakanda Forever in November, bringing one of the best reviewed projects in recent memory behind Letitia Wright, Angela Bassett, and Danny Gurira. Pushing the movie in early November, Marvel had high hopes for Black Panther 2 to earn some acclaim during the 2023 awards season, something that the MCU has largely missed out on over the years. Black Panther 2 already made history in one regard with the upcoming awards season, becoming the first MCU movie ever to earn an acting nomination at the Golden Globes thanks to Angela Bassett's role in the movie as Queen Ramonda. And now, Bassett continues to set the new standard for the MCU, pushing the franchise to levels that it's never seen before critically during its nearly 15-year run. Angela Bassett has won the 2023 Golden Globe Award for Best Supporting Actress for her performance as Ramonda in Black Panther Wakanda Forever. This makes Bassett the first actor in MCU history to win a Golden Globe for a performance in a Marvel Studio movie. And as you can see here on the screen, here's who she was going up against. I don't know some of these names, but Carrie Condon, the Banshees of in Sharon, Jamie Lee Curtis from Everything Everywhere All at Once, Dolly D. Leon from Triangles of Sadness, and Carey Mulligan from She Said. What's her competition? Look, I said coming out of Black Panther 2, Wakanda Forever, yeah, she was the standout performance of the movie. I believe in our out of theater review, you and I both said she should and she will get nominated for an Academy Award for her performance in the film. It was that moving. It was compelling. It was in a film that, again, in a year where films all, to me, kind of just meh. For a film that was meh, that was the thing that there was no time ever meh of anything Ramonda was on screen. And again, so this isn't a real surprise to me or a shock. What it is more than anything, the surprise is that we are now in a world where these people these bodies that vote on these things are more willing to vote for an MCU title or film or actor or actress. Again, there was just 5 or 6 years ago, there was people in the Academy that said, if there was a movie that ever came up on my ballot and it had the name or title Avengers in it, I would never tick that box. And it's those kind of hurdles that the MCU has really faced. And so this is a big deal. This really is a big deal. But it's, at the end of the day, it's not a surprise because it's the right decision to make. You can look at this list. Look, I haven't seen all of these things. I did see Jamie Lee Curtis and Everything Everywhere All at Once, and she was great in it. But I can tell you now there's just levels to the game, and what Ramonda or Angela Bassett's Ramonda was at that top level of acting. It really was. And again, every time she was on screen, it was compelling. It was heart-wrenching. You felt her loss, and her loss just continued to add, her son, she loses, she lost her husband, and then her daughter gets abducted, like just so much that she deals with, and you really can feel her pain through her acting. And again, this is well deserved. I'm glad to see it. I'm glad to hear it. Lucas, obviously you were with me when we did Black Panther Wakanda Forever. And we both said, give her an Oscar, which I'm still thoroughly convinced that she is the front runner for that as well. For Best Supporting Actress at the Academy Awards, she is the front runner for that as well. But Lucas, you're hearing this. What are your thoughts on Angela Bassett winning the first Golden Globe? I mean, with Robert Downey Jr. and all these lists of great actors in the MCU's history, Angela Bassett for Ramonda. What are your thoughts?
I'm well deserved. First of all, absolutely. I mean, yeah, she earned it for sure. It's also, I wanted to mention not just a landmark for the MCU. I mean, it's just so much better that she is also, a woman of color, right? And it just shows another hurdle that's recently they've only started to overcome.
Right. Woman of color.
Right.
There's 2 hurdles.
Right. But I feel like a lot more strongly now that she is the front runner for it, right? Yeah, when you win the Golden Globe, it's kind of like who's right. It's a good marker for where it's going, at least. The Joker,
this is
right?
The second or third thing, because she had won another award. I can't remember what it was, but she had just won something else like a month or 2 ago for it.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, I can't either. But again, all those accomplishments she absolutely earned in it. I don't know what else to say. You kind of took it all. Like it really is probably one of the best performances of last year, at least in a Marvel movie.
I was gonna say in the MCU as a whole. It's overall from beginning. It may be one of like top 3, man.
And it's added to the fact that the background story to it, losing Chadwick Boseman. Right. Clearly, they all clearly
who she was like a mother to,
right? And Shuri with right.
For sure. And I like I said, it's more than anything, it's well deserved. But yeah, I hope that
I'm really hoping she wins the Oscar for it. She deserves it. I mean, another one I knew on there was Carey Mulligan. She said that's that movie about the women that like took down Harvey Weinstein that wrote the New York Times article.
Sure. She said
I haven't seen it. Yeah, I haven't seen it yet. I keep seeing like commercials for it and whatever, and I really need to.
Yeah,
and she looks like she's killing it.
Come on, Carey Mulligan is amazing. Are you kidding me?
Right?
She's one of the most underrated actresses on the planet.
For sure.
Carey Mulligan did a movie. If you haven't seen it, it came out in 2019. I believe this is Carey Mulligan, and it is called Promising Young Woman.
Yeah.
And it stars Bo Burnham as her co-star.
Yeah.
So if you haven't seen it, now watch it.
That's great.
Right now. Leave the show. Go watch Bo Burnham. He's so good in it. He is so good. But she's so she's great. Carey Mulligan is one of the more underrated actors. And again, I don't know if you've had the chance to see Everything Everywhere All at Once, but Jamie Lee Curtis is amazing in that. She really is. I
believe it.
But it's just, it was really that heart that Angela Bassett brought to that role is what really sold it. So, but guys, you guys are hearing this. The MCU's first Golden Globe goes to Angela Bassett for Ramonda. What are you guys' thoughts? Definitely let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. All right, with that down, we are going to jump into our fourth main topic today, and I don't want this to run on too long. We kind of already had our discussion about it anyway, but we want to talk about our full review of Avatar: The Way of Water. I just want to start off by saying that this is visually the most stunning movie that I had ever seen in my entire existence. I literally felt like I was on drugs in the first few hours of it because it was just so beautiful to look at. Things that I hate about it. I hate that the movie only exists because this Marine who died in the last one just so happened to send his, memories and his DNA of him and his whole crew back to Earth for them to create avatars for him to now come get revenge on Jay Sully. I hate that the whole movie only exists really because of that. The best stuff to me was just watching him raise his kids, teaching them how to fish, doing stuff like that. That stuff was compelling because I really love the Na'vi, and I think that there's just this uniqueness about them. And yeah, that's another thing that I disliked about this movie is that they took away some of that uniqueness. Like I was telling Lucas, there's the scene where they kind of bully the other kids. That's a very cliche scene that we've seen a million times in a million different movies, and it kind of humanized the Na'vi to me, and I dislike that immensely. There's so much about this movie that I think is just kind of silly. Another thing I mentioned to Lucas was the fact that towards the end of the movie, we kind of he homages himself with the Titanic stuff where they're all trapped in a boat and they can't get out, the water's rising. There's even a line similar where the dad's like, I can't get out, you go without me, son, and the son's like, no, Dad, you can do it. I feel like I remember that in the Titanic, but
for sure.
But yeah, and then the fact that he wanted revenge, but he had this man's kids 4 or 5 times throughout the film, but never used the kids to seek that revenge. That seems silly. The fact that this Avatar, who acknowledges that he isn't really this Marine, never questions his existence or his own existence or why he is doing these things. Does he really want to die this one little life he's given to, avenge someone he doesn't know or care about? I mean, he acknowledges that he's not that person, so why does he care so much? And then we end the movie with him really growing kind of none. I mean, it kind of ends with, I'll get you next time. If it wasn't for you and that pesky dog, Scooby-Doo kind of thing. And and then the end was repetitive, we were talking about. There's the scene where he abducts the kids, they go onto the ship, they get all the kids, they swim back out, and they look around, they're like, oh wait, where's Elizabeth? And there's boom, a Marine in my ear, I've got your other kid again for the 4th time in this film. this time you better come. And it's like, Jesus Christ, how many times can we really do this? It also did exactly what the first Avatar movie did, where it started out as this really grounded, story about a group of people that you just want to know a lot more about, and then it devolves that into a big war epic. And I think it was just a little too much for me. Like I was telling Lucas, the greatest takeaways that I took from the movie, my things that I liked the most, was the whale, the story of the whale. I thought that was compelling, how he was outcast, how he had his redemption story. He had like a whole arc. He had a redemption arc. He pulls the dude's arm off, who took his fucking arm. So that stuff was really cool. I like that a lot. Another thing I disliked was how Sigourney Weaver's character kind of is granted Marvel level superpowers towards the end, or Aqua level, or Namor, whoever. It's more Aquaman, I guess, because Namor can't convince sea life to do his bidding, but Aquaman can. And she kind of becomes this OP'd character that's able to, take down Thanos. So that was a little weird and out of nowhere. And then there was the thing with the whale stuff that's inside the whale brain that you rub on your skin and live forever. And then we never hear about that again. What the fuck, James Cameron? What the fuck? Overall, I just want to say again, this isn't a bad movie. Like, if it wasn't 3.5 hours or 5.5 hours, whatever it is, I'd say go out and see this thing. But because it's so damn long, man, it may just not be a movie that you want to sit through, really. Because at the end of the day, I don't really feel like this had a story to tell. There wasn't a beginning, middle, and end of a story being told here. This thing was all over the place. It wanted to teach us about conservationism. It wanted to teach us about, global warming. It wanted to teach us about humanity. It's just trying to, balance so much at once. And because of that, to me, it never really has a story to tell. It has a lot to tell you, but it doesn't have a story to tell. And at the end of the day, I believe movies, and the reason we are sitting here talking about them, is because the reason humans, at the end of the day, humans are storytellers. And the best format to tell a story is through a medium, at least, is with a film. And in this case, I don't think Cameron really had much of a story to tell. Again, he had a lot to say, but not a story to tell. And I think there's just a big difference between those two things. But Lucas, you're here now. We got other opinions. You've seen the film. First, tell us, what are your thoughts on Avatar 2, The Way of Water?
I will say, the first time that I watched it, I was enamored, like so enthralled with it that I didn't get up to pee. I didn't realize, I didn't, You
just went right in your lap.
Yeah, no. I'm just saying,
you said you didn't get up to pee. You didn't say you didn't pee.
Well, little bottle, whatever. But no, it was awesome. And then I went back inside the second time. I only got up once to pee because I had a lot of water that day, whatever. But no, I mean, I'll give you my, could have been betters, right? There are definitely times where it felt repetitive, like the story over and over. I think it was a little built up after having, been over 10 years of it. Like Cameron could have reined himself in just a little bit more so that it didn't have to be 3 hours and 12 minutes.
Yeah, you mean homaging yourself?
That
for 30 minutes?
For solid 20, 30 minutes, yeah. That definitely did go on for a bit. And I mean, it made sense in the story. I got it, but still, it went on a bit, I still loved it.
That being said, you actually enjoyed this movie a lot more than I did.
I really, really did enjoy this movie.
You dug this movie. I mean, it seemed to me, honestly, of all the movies that you had told me about this year that you'd seen, that this was overwhelmingly the only one that you were like, dude, I really like this. I mean, besides the Batman.
Well,
but
I
that
mean,
was just so long ago.
Yeah, right. Well, but the Batman was a different movie too.
Yes,
like
for
sure.
sure.
I told you when I said I've not left a movie in a long time feeling that like profoundly impacted.
Right.
And we were talking about this, you know, the argument of the period of whether or not he needed to be more in your face about his conservationism
Or what he's trying to
and
say.
whatever.
You know,
Yes.
say it.
I don't, and I disagree. I think he like it, and this goes with what the message he's trying to get across, but also with the bigger story that he's trying to tell, because it is such a big story. He leaves a lot of it to subtext, and I think truly that there is a story through it. It's the Sully family, because at the end of it, that is what it is about, and that just it is. I think it gets a little sidetracked with its
but
homages
Lucas,
and its
but Lucas, it
conservationism
really
and all
feels
that.
like the Marine story. It really does. To me,
Well, and that it's both, right? Like it's both.
I don't know. Last time I remember, that dude got shot in the chest with a bunch of arrows. So, I mean,
Sure.
we didn't need.
Sure, but I mean, in the same way that like the first one was Sully's story, but Kortrich was such a he's like the mentor
Right.
of it. I mean, the same with the Sullys, and I disagree with you. I think also about hating that premise of it, because vengeance is I mean, we were just talking about Batman. Vengeance is a
I hate
spiteful
stuff
thing.
Like that, like Kill Bill.
I know.
I hate those movies.
I know
hate
you
movies
do,
that
and
are
I know you hate
solely
war
based
movies,
on that.
And I know I don't think it's solely based on.
I mean,
it,
the movie wouldn't exist without him needing to seek revenge, and the third one won't either.
I disagree. I think the third one is going to be a different story.
Well,
I do.
Okay, well, from the ending of the second, it seems that he is still, again, he's
But we
going to
don't know what-
regroup.
Yeah, but we don't know what kind of journey he's going to go on to regroup. And I really do think that Kortrich is going to end up having almost like a Darth Vader turn at the end of it. You know what I
But
mean?
I felt like, and we talked about this, I felt like that was at the end of this movie.
I don't think so,
He was
'cause I
laying
think-
there
I mean,
in
look-
that, like after his son saved him and he could barely move. Like it even reminds you of Anakin
Sure.
laying there and is like, "This is my moment, my redemption arc."
How about this? Even better, it reminds me more of Anakin lying on the beach on Mustafar.
Oh yeah, maybe, but it just like I said, I don't know, man.
I really think that there's going to be. I love it. I think that a lot of the reasons that you dislike it is the war aspect of it. You don't totally, always enjoy those. I mean, how do you feel about Saving Private Ryan?
I mean, I seen that movie when I was 12, and I mean, it's a good movie.
It reminded
it's a
me.
good
It had
story.
elements of that for sure.
It's a story being told there.
I think
will
there's a
say
story.
that.
I think there really is a story being told here, but it's such a big. It's an epic, really. What he's trying to do, you know what I mean?
Okay.
And so the complaints that I would make about that would really be nitpickings of it, because I'm like, it's almost like complaining about where did they get the plans for the Death Star in the fourth one before you got Rogue One, right?
Sure.
Because you are telling such a big story, and they've gotten the chance to come back and fill in those gaps.
Right.
But that you got to look at it that way. And when you do, and you look at them together, like you can really start to see the overall story that Cameron is trying to tell. That being said, there's a couple missteps or things that drag on a bit here and there. But overall, I really thought that, I mean, it was beautiful. It was really well done.
Well, what are your thoughts on the idea that he is trying to turn this into an Avatar?
No, I thought you weren't going to bring this up. No.
Into an Avatar, The Last Airbender kind of series.
Okay.
I mean, we had the jungle people, the Earth tribe, and now we have the water people, the water tribe. And he says in the next movie we'll have the ash people,
like the
which
desert
is clearly
people,
the fire tribe.
Volcano, maybe,
Right.
yeah.
So
fourth one's going to be the mountain people.
Do you think the fourth one starts with "In the beginning"?
I told you.
Water, earth,
Shut up.
air, and fire. We find out
Shut
that
up.
Jay Sully And there was one
Shut
that could
up.
rule them all. Or is it James Cameron? Is he's like the old
God,
Fire Lord
stop.
Avatar, the
Stop.
gray-haired one,
Yeah, yeah.
Iroh or whatever.
No, look. As like I told you earlier, they don't. Avatar: The Last Airbender doesn't own the idea of fire, water, earth, and air.
Sure. No, it does.
Is it
but
weirdly,
Mother Nature, right?
Right. Is it weirdly coincidental that James Cameron is sued for the rights for the name Avatar?
Yeah.
Is
and
it
took
weirdly
it from
coincidental?
Avatar?
Maybe, he's definitely, I mean, the Na'vi people are clearly like Native American tribes, especially
Which
with
is
the,
what like the water people are in Avatar: The Last Airbender.
But I told
like
you,
Katara,
I'll tell
she's
you,
clearly
I will
Native
tell
American.
you this. I will tell you this. I'll support it until we get to the fourth one, and the fourth one's like the mountain people, and there's a blue dude with a tan,
Right.
like a Caucasian arrow.
Right.
I'm done.
And it's
I'm
directed
walking,
by
that's
M.
it.
Night Shyamalan.
I'm walking out. I'm walking out. That's it. But I don't think that's where it's going.
There's a master of all the elements.
It's Sigourney Weaver, though. Right?
Yeah,
She's like
clearly.
Korra.
She's the Avatar. Oh, but yeah, all jokes aside, it definitely does seem like it's leaning a little into the Airbender, Avatar: The Last Airbender kind of thing. So,
For sure.
anyways, we'll see how it all turns out. But guys, that's our full review on Avatar. If you guys finally had a chance to check out Avatar, definitely let me know what you guys think. Do you love it? Do you hate it? Obviously, we don't quite agree on it here. Again, I want to say one more time, I don't think it's a bad movie. It's not a bad movie. I'm not saying it's a bad movie. It's just not a good movie. It's just all right. It's kind of like Wakanda Forever was for me. It's not a bad movie. It's definitely not a good movie, but it's all right. It's somewhere in the middle of that.
And I will say, I think it's a great movie. And you should absolutely go see it in theaters.
Yes. And if
Absolutely.
you do,
In 3D.
if you do, make sure you buy your adult diapers so you're able.
Nah, just bring a towel. You'll be all right.
But guys, what do you guys think of the Avatar 2? What's your guys' thoughts on it? Definitely let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. All right, with that down, we are into our last, fifth, and final main topic today. And this isn't even really much of a main topic. This is just something I quickly thought, you know what, if we don't really have much to talk about, then let's talk about what we want to see the most in 2023. And we're going to go back and forth on this. So I'm going to go, and then you go, and then back and forth. And if you need to look up a little bit on
I'm
whatever,
already
and I'll
pulling
keep
up
it
a
on
few.
split screen so people can see both of us. But I just want to start out by saying, at this point, at right now, I can't deny how I feel. And how I feel is the thing that I'm looking the most forward to seeing
Thank you for taking this.
is Ant-Man
Thank
3,
you for
man.
taking this.
It's
Yes,
Ant-Man
absolutely.
3, dude. I mean, I am fucking hype. Jonathan Majors is the truth, dude.
Yes.
That dude is an amazing actor.
That brings me up real quick. You
Go ahead.
asked me. I saw The Harder They Fall
Yeah,
recently.
love that movie.
Oh, my God.
God, he's so good, right?
Yeah, he's
if
so
that
good.
doesn't prove to you how good he is, there's nothing that will, because you wouldn't even imagine that that's like
The
he's-
same dude.
Yes,
Especially because he's really he's a lot smaller in that in this.
but he's very country and cow.
Oh,
like
yeah,
I
he's-
mean,
he's so cowboy.
Clearly
He's such a
talented,
cowboy,
bro.
yeah.
Clearly talented. So I'm gonna say it. The most anticipated movie right now, and I will say too that I definitely didn't feel this way until that last trailer.
Yeah.
And
I can't
the
stop thinking
fact
about
that
it.
I think that it's only now like what 3-4 weeks away
Yeah,
that
it
we
is
get
coming
to
up.
see it.
It's like February 23rd, right?
I thought it was before that. I thought it was in the teens, if I remember right. But the fact that it's so close too, I think has also
hyping it up.
has also put it really high on my list. And there's nothing really coming out until we get to see that. So
February 17th.
17th. I knew it was in the teens. I was
Got a
pretty
month.
sure.
About
So
a month and
yeah,
6
right. So
days.
yeah, a little over 4 weeks,
Right.
man. Right.
Uh-huh.
Like yeah, I can't wait. But yeah, Lucas, I'll go over to you. What's one of your most anticipated?
Thank you for
movies?
taking that. Like I said, I knew that's where you're going because I have one that the one that I'm gonna say is the one that I'm probably most anticipating. But at this moment, it's definitely Quantumania. So Dune 2.
And this doesn't have to be in any
I
particular order.
I know, but
yeah, it's like, but
this is the first.
It was
I mean,
easy
you asked
for me to say Ant-Man because again, it's here. Like I can feel it, bro. It's starting to creep under my skin. I'm starting to feel like an Ant-Man fan out of nowhere. Like I really couldn't care less. Like the second one was. It was alright. It wasn't a bad movie. Again, wasn't a good movie.
Right? Yeah.
But now this seems like this really could be, like I keep saying on the channel, that multiverse of madness. I keep calling it the quantum verse, multiverse of madness or whatever, because it really feels like we could be getting what we thought we were going to get all these times before.
Right. No, I agree. So
again, I just want to say this is in no particular order.
Finally, Kang the Conqueror.
Yes, for sure.
And I agree. But Dune 2 for me is, I mean, anybody who knows me, I'm a big Dune fan. I just finished reading the series, but restarted the fourth one because it's so good. But yeah, I would say Dune for sure.
Okay, yeah. Again, in no particular order.
I know, but that's the first one.
Here's another one for me. I was just mentioning this to Lucas when I was at our downtown Regal Cinemas here. I seen a poster for it, and I look over at my wife and I said, "I got to get me one of those posters." And that's Cocaine Bear.
Absolutely.
I want to see Cocaine Bear, man. This thing comes out February 24th. It's just around the corner. And, dude, this looks like one of those movies that I wish we were all still here. I wish Ethan and Noah and everyone. This is like a bro movie, bro.
Right.
You remember that movie where they were all tag?
Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah.
That's what this reminds me of. Like the bros go to. We have a couple beers. We go out. We check this out, and it looks like one of those rompy, fun, good times. And man, I really can't wait to see it. And it's also not far around the corner, man. Again, February 24th.
Man, yeah. Let's see. For me, Guardians 3. I'm really like that trailer keeps hyping me up. Other than the Drax bit, but it's really. Oh, you bring it up. Nice.
I just want you to have a little reference, just in case your brain can't remember everything.
Right. Cocaine Bear.
Right.
No, yeah, definitely Guardians 3.
I mean, there's a lot of things coming out that I'm not going to say myself because I'm not completely and totally on board for, not that I won't see it, but like, I'm not crazy hype about Creed 3. Or something like that. There's stuff that I'm actually more excited about that fits my bill as a movie more. Another one of those for me would be 65. I don't know if you've seen the trailer.
Yeah, no, we talked about it on the show. Yeah,
dude, that movie looks like,
yes,
again,
it does.
It's checking everything that Key loves. Isolation, they're isolated. Space, we got it. Aliens or dinosaurs,
Adam Driver.
Maybe both. That's one of the negative checks for me. But yeah, a good actor at least.
Right.
But yeah, 65 is one of those ones for me that I think I'm really anticipating going out and getting to check out. You gonna bring this up over there on yours?
Yeah, I got it.
All right, cool. Yeah, it gives you a little point of reference of to kind of remember. There's just there's a lot of stuff coming out this year. But go ahead. What else? What else? Something you're looking forward to?
What was I just looking? Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm super excited about that. We got Oscar Isaacs as
Spider-Man
2099 coming in. It looks like we're going to get the PlayStation original version of Spider-Man, and then we may get the PS4.
Oh, we're definitely going to get the Insomniac one, yeah.
Again, talking about
they were in the trailer. Him and Miles were in the trailer.
I know.
We'll see, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, look, come on. That looks like a lot of fun. And not to mention that something I think we can all agree on is the best Spider-Man movie ever made was one before that. So,
yeah.
super excited for that. Another one I'm super excited for, partly because it comes out on my birthday on March 16th of this year, is the new Timothée Chalamet, I believe directed by Tim Burton, Wonka movie. This looks like this could be very interesting. I know a lot of people hate that Johnny Depp, Willy Wonka, or Charlie and the Chocolate, whatever it's called. God, I love that movie.
I do too.
I love how weird and quirky and just that Johnny Depp's version of Wonka is.
Because it is, right?
Timothée Chalamet, I say it all the time. He's like the next Daniel Day-Lewis. Like, he is one of the best young actors on the planet.
Or Leo,
and,
almost, yeah.
And when you just talking about Dune earlier, you know, he's the star of Dune.
For sure.
This is going to give him his first, like, you know, real solo thing that's going to hit a bunch of audiences, because Wonka is, again, a kid's thing too. So he's going to bring in a lot with this. And again, dude's got the chops. So there's no denying. I mean, I've heard stuff about this, and that he on set was just legendary as Wonka. And I believe it. It comes out on my birthday. I'm super stoked to see Wonka.
Candy store.
So yeah, Wonka for me is definitely one of my most anticipated 2023. What else you got, Lucas?
Indiana Jones 5.
Oh God, see, that's like quite the opposite for me.
I just hope. I just love Indiana Jones.
Yeah,
and I'm happy that he's back, that Harrison Ford's back, and I'm just gonna love it. I mean,
yeah,
hopefully.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna see it. I don't know if I'll love it. Another one that I know that we're both really excited for is The Flash.
Yeah.
Or Flashpoint, whatever
Finally.
You would like to call it.
Right.
Super excited for that movie. You know, we were just talking a little bit about maybe making the Ezra Miller news a main topic, which the news is basically that it looks like DC and right, he's abducted another child, fed it LSD, and made it go watch Avatar 2. Anyways, no, but it looks like they are trying to maybe have Ezra Miller continue to play the Flash moving forward. That seems very controversial, but either way, heard nothing but good things about this. Directed by Andy Muschietti. We've heard that this is the best DC movie ever made. Listen, coming after the Batman, which I'm just going to say it. Right now, today, I feel, is the best DC movie ever made. That's encouraging news, and I fucking can't wait to see this Flash movie.
Me too.
What else you got for us, Lucas?
Super Mario Bros.
Man,
yep.
Stoked about this movie, dude. Stoked about this movie. Love all of the actors, voice actors in it. Love that we got Jack Black as Bowser. So fitting. People can talk shit on Mario voice all they want. You know,
Charlie is Luigi.
Yeah,
is so perfect,
right? Oh, yes, and totally, we're gonna get that Luigi's Mansion spinoff movie.
We better, man.
Right? Come on.
We better.
Seth Rogen is Donkey Kong. Have you seen the newer trailer where he's like has to face off with Donkey Kong?
Oh yeah, I saw that for Avatar.
Yeah, right. And then Donkey Kong cries like boom. I look over at least I'm like, right on God, that's how it should be. It's Donkey Kong, bro. You can't fight Donkey. It's like the Hulk. This is why he's my favorite character in that universe, because he's their Hulk, right? He's their X Factor.
For sure.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, super excited about that movie, man. It's one that I'll definitely go out and see. As soon as it comes out, I will go out and see that. Another one that I am looking forward to, that I actually really love the first movie. I don't know if you've ever seen it, and if you haven't, dude, you got to. I know this isn't on everyone else's most anticipated list, but man, The Meg 2. Have you ever seen The Meg with Jason Statham? It's about the megalodon shark.
I remember the trailers.
It seemed so like Sci-Fi Channel and like, man, this is stupid. Man, me and my wife had a chance to watch it, dude, some years ago when it had came out. Dude, this movie was awesome. It gives me that isolation. We're stuck underwater. You got this big alien shark creature, dinosaur type creature. You got Jason Statham. There's some cool little action stuff in there. There's a story being told in between it that you could care less about, because It looks beautiful too. On the big screen, it was amazing. Really getting to see. I mean, we seen. I don't know if you ever had a chance to, but I seen Kong versus Godzilla on the big screen, and it's just. I mean, they're so big and like it's very fitting. So, yeah, I'm super excited to check out the Meg 2.
Cool. I'll have to go check that out. Another one for me. This is a big one. I know you're not the biggest Nolan fan, but I'm like stoked for Oppenheimer. Yeah. I mean, like the trailer that I saw in Avatar and stuff, man. Like I love Cillian Murphy, and I mean Robert Downey Jr. is going to be in it, dude. It's a star-studded cast, and what a story they're telling, right? Like, really never told like this before. And I've heard they like recreated the mushroom cloud, like the explosion, without CG.
Right.
I mean, it's Nolan. Like, he crashed a plane into a hangar for what? Why can't I think of it? What was his last one? You know what I'm talking about. Tenet, yeah.
Yeah.
So Oppenheimer for sure.
Yeah, Oppenheimer looks like something that I might actually enjoy from Nolan. Another one that I'm looking forward to that's actually coming out soon. I don't have the date for it here, but it's a movie called Missing. If you haven't seen the trailers for this, it was playing before Megan and some of the newer movies that are out right now. And this is like one of those movies where it's kind of happening on the computer. You know what I mean, Lucas? Where you're... You know what I'm saying?
Like, what was that one a couple years ago?
Yes, with Harold and Kumar dude in it.
Yeah, on the camera, like the webcam.
Great
thing.
movie.
Yeah,
really good movie. And this is made by those guys. And it's called Missing, and it comes out like I want to say.
I think I've seen the trailer for
Yeah, I'm sure you have. It comes out in just a couple of weeks. So yeah, I'm super. We love those kind of movies. We even we had seen one with Elijah Wood. It's called Windows, and it's about.
Right, Windows.
Yeah, it's really good. But yeah, what else you got?
I
got a couple more.
I mean, I kind of am. I mean, really
some go without saying. Guardians of the Galaxy 3. I mean, we're obviously excited for that. The Marvels. We're obviously excited for that. Some things that I'm not excited for, but curious if you are. How about the Dungeons and Dragons Honor Among Thieves, the first live action, real budgeted live action film for Dungeons and Dragons? Are you interested in that at all?
When I first heard about it, no.
Yeah. I haven't seen. There's no trailers yet either. I mean,
we
could see.
I saw a trailer. There was definitely a trailer for it for Avatar.
It's like a teaser trailer, though, right?
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah, it's not like
but
a full.
It's got like Chris Pine in it. I don't know. I thought it was it felt like a full trailer.
Was
to
it?
me.
Maybe I didn't see that.
But I'm kind of hyped for it,
really?
Honestly. Like, and this is gonna sound really nerdy, but for no other reason than that, there's a Led Zeppelin song in the trailer for it, which I don't know if you know this. Led Zeppelin, like Robert Plant, the surviving members, Robert Plant, John Paul Jones, and Jimmy Page are in absolute control of when their music gets used.
Oh, yeah, sure.
So they only put their music into
what
movies that they would like.
Right.
Like Thor Ragnarok. So perfect example of it. So hearing that, I was like, oh, okay. Well, they're kind of... And maybe that was it. Maybe that was what was getting me hyped, just because of the whole lot of love that was playing, and it was great. But honestly, it looked like a lot of fun, and I'm kind of excited.
We announced on the show that yesterday Paramount Plus signed a 8-episode straight to live action series that's gonna sounds like they're trying to build that world, right? Right. They're trying to do what everyone's trying to do right now.
Just with Dungeons and Dragons.
Some things that I'm not looking forward to. Fast and the Furious 10. 10. Eat a fat one, you fucks.
Look. The only reason, as long as they stop here, I'm cool with it, because Paul Walker and Vin Diesel, when they first made the Fast and Furious 1, they were like, they've always wanted to make 10 of them,
right?
And I know they're bringing back, they brought back Luke's, Paul Walker's brother,
right?
For a final send off.
That's cool.
It feels like a final, but I haven't seen any since.
I haven't seen since 3.
I haven't seen since 7. So.
Another thing on that same subject of 10, Mission Impossible 7 comes out July 14th this year. Again, just could care less. I really could care less.
Again, that's part 1 of the final movie.
Now some sleeper hits here that we did not talk about that I do want to talk about that I am not like stoked for because I haven't seen nothing about them, and I'm sure as we move forward, these, again, this is in no particular order, but that's the Blue Beetle movie.
I knew you were
We've
gonna say
seen
that.
lots
Yep.
about it. I keep seeing those Beetle posters every time I go to the theater, and I think, that looks pretty cool, man. I can't wait to check that out. So that's honorable mention, something I want to mention. Another one is the Seth Rogen produced and
Yep, I
made
knew you were gonna
Teenage
say that.
Mutant Ninja Turtle movie. That is
Mutant
definitely
Mayhem,
something I want to check out. The guy who directed, I forgot the name of it now. Yes, the Halloween movies.
I know you're talking about.
That guy, he's directing The Exorcist, a new remake of that. That comes out October 13th this year.
Sweet.
Right before Dune hits theaters. So that one looks fun. And then another one I want to mention, and this is super high on my list, but definitely one worth mentioning because it was mentioned to me the other day and it played an integral part of my childhood, and that's Chicken Run 2.
Nice.
Chicken Run 2, 23 years later, I believe. November 10th comes out. That looks awesome, and I can't wait to see that. Another one that I would put in the couldn't care less about category, coming out this Christmas, is Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. Couldn't care less. Really could not care less. And then there's a bunch of other stuff, obscure stuff here and there, that, like I said, I haven't heard enough or seen enough about.
Little
There's the
Mermaid.
Transformers Rise of Beasts movie we
Yeah.
seen the trailer for. The trailer looked awesome.
They did.
It
It
looks
really
like a
did.
lot of fun.
Yeah.
There's that new mermaid movie.
Little
Again, nothing I
Mermaid.
really
Yeah.
care too much about, but
It looked really cool, though.
it does.
That
It
looked
does
really
look
cool.
good,
Yeah.
and I seen it in the 3D version before Avatar, and it looks very beautiful. And I'm glad that there's representation for my daughter to go out
Sure.
and see a Little Mermaid movie and feel like she could be the Little Mermaid movie.
Yeah.
There's also a movie called Noah's Ark coming out, and if you guys know anything about us here on the channel, we hate all things Noah. So we will definitely not
Yeah,
be checking
that
that
dude Noah.
piece of shit movie out. It's called
Noah's
The Ark
Ark.
and the Aardvark. That sounds hilarious, though. And then few other things is Renfield. I don't know if you've seen the trailer for Renfield yet.
Yeah.
Looks like
Yeah.
a little bit
Nick
of a
Cage
blast.
back as vampires.
Right, come on.
A, B, C, D.
And then some other ones. John Wick Chapter 4.
Sure.
We got another, romp of Mr. Wick coming out. Another Scream. It'll be the 6th Scream. I still haven't had the chance to check out the one that came out last January.
Me neither.
And then Shazam, obviously, Fury of the Gods is something I would say that we are also looking forward to at some point this year. And then last, but certainly not least, I do want to say that one I regret not mentioning a little earlier on is the new film that, again, I've had a chance to see more trailers of, is the new film by M. Night Shyamalan,
I knew
Knock
you were
at the
gonna say
Cabin,
that.
man.
Knock at the Cabin,
This
yep.
thing looks fucking
Intense,
awesome, dude.
yeah.
Yeah. And I can't remember his name, but Rupert Grint and what's his name? Drax the Destroyer.
Batista.
Bautista, yeah, Dave Bautista. They look great, man. They look like they are really bringing it in these performances, in this one. So yeah, I am really looking forward to that. Not to mention that it's not that far away. And then I do also want to mention Megan. I was actually really excited about seeing that. I know I've already seen it this year, so it's hard for me to be anticipated for it, but I really was anticipated for it. Knock at the Cabin comes out February 3rd, so not that very far away. And then right after that, February 10th, the last one we're going to mention, the only movie worth seeing this year, and the finale of the series, a sad finale it will be, and that is Magic Mike's Last Dance. It's the last dance. It's the last dance, Lucas. It's his last one. That's it. No more Channing Tatum. You know, when they did the last movie, they had to hire crews to come in and sanitize the seats because they'd be all wet when women were leaving. Yeah. Gooey wetness. Thanks a lot, Channing Tatum.
And Matthew McConaughey and all
And
you
yeah,
other
and like
sexy
everyone,
devils.
they had like, I think Jonathan Majors is in it. I swear
think
to
he's in the
God,
second one,
I
yeah.
think he's in this one. Or it's somebody like that. It's like some sexy black buff dude that I was like, What? Why is he in here? But yeah.
I'll look it up. I'll get you.
And then there's that Evil Dead Rise trailer. I don't know if you had a chance to check that out.
I have seen that.
That actually looks kind of good
it
too, man. So yeah, a lot of stuff and for anticipation this year. And that's mentioning that's mainly the main stuff. We're not talking about the A24 stuff like the Beau is Afraid. I don't know if you had a chance to check out the trailer for that with Joaquin Phoenix. I mean, that looks freaking amazing by the director of Midsommar. Yeah. So all those movies, definitely anticipating stuff like that. But yeah, guys, I think that's about it for us on most anticipated for 2023. So let me know what you guys are looking forward to this year down in the comment section below. All right, with that down, we are all done and out of time today. I am ready to eat some dinner and get out of here. So we appreciate you guys being here as always. Guys, don't forget to go check out the channel membership. We can use all the extra channel members that we can get around here. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and yeah, we should be back here tomorrow, same time, same place, 5 p.m. hopefully, maybe a little late since the computer wants to be an issue pretty much every time I want to start it up and do the show. So but yeah, I have been joined today by my friend, colleague, and co-host Lucas Farney. Lucas, where can people find you at, buddy?
Corner of Broadway, Instagram or Twitter at Lucas_Farney. So
sweet. And when can we see you back here in the studio?
I think we were saying Friday. I got to work tomorrow, but I work Friday morning, so I probably get off in.
Cool. So we will see you back in here Friday. Guys, if you want to know where to follow me, it's right there at Keaton Toothman at Twitter. Make sure you guys hit me up there, or you can hit me up directly at the Screen Talk Live Gmail email. So hit me up there, and guys, we will see you guys hopefully back here tomorrow. And make sure you guys stay healthy, stay safe, and stay movie watching. And until then, we will see you guys later.